Hi, everybody. Terry Johnson from the Swamp Drivers Band back in the Eagles studio. How are you today?
Good, Cindy. How are you?
Doing good. You brought another instrument, I see.
Well, I was thinking about it when you were asking me about these different instruments. You said, geez, how many you got? I don't really know how many we do got. I know it's over a dozen. We might have as many as like 15 or more. What I brought in with me today was a kind of a dressed up model. Usually what I do is when I make our instruments, keep them kind of rude and crude. And I've got some beautiful custom guitars that are painted up nice with flames and all sorts of stuff. So I decided to make this one. This is an old Pitchfork. You can't get any nastier than a Pitchfork. So I took this old Pitchfork, and when I was done making it, I decided to dress it up. Again, I did it myself. Got a little flame work on here, painted it red, and instead of putting old bolts, I put a brand new bolt on it. No money spared on this one. So what I did with this one here is this one took me a very long time to put this together to make it work, as some do. I took the Pitchfork, and there's a nose piece. This is off early 1951, 52 Chevy car, and mounted in here. The electronics were basically mounted inside of the volume and the tone. Strapped the pickup on here, onto the tines, and I made this little angle arm piece that goes on the back of the tines that holds the strings. And up on this in here, like I said, bought a brand new bolt. A lot of money.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I got a nickel into this already. So I got a bolt, a little piece of angle iron that I had around, and I put a couple of, this one's a 6-string.
Is it still sharp? Could you hurt yourself with that? Or
well,
did you?
Actually, everybody jokes around about it, I said it would be used for crowd control.
You could be. It looks like it, but
I got to be honest with you, and I don't know why this instrument in particularly, it's setting, there's no wood, and this is one of the things they'll tell you when you go to buy a guitar. This wood comes from Brazil or some land, and this is completely free floating like this. But being that they're attached to these tines, and I don't know why this one sounds fantastic. I say that probably about each one's a little unique and different, but this one does. It sounds fantastic.
how does it hold its tune well?
Perfect.
Like you don't have to constantly retune it and everything?
No, just like a normal guitar. If we're playing, we get some outside gigs. It gets like in the sun or it gets cold. I might do it that way, but no, it sounds fantastic. The other thing about these instruments, a lot of people say, "Oh, just put strings in a pickup on." This guy was giving me kind of a hard time this last week when we were playing.
Oh.
And yeah, in some respect, it is. You got strings on it with a pickup, but you're playing on a stick. And what happens when you're playing on a stick? When you play on a normal guitar, as you slide, which I'll be using a slide here in a minute, the normal neck kind of helps to keep it even. With this thing here, these strings aren't even.
They're not. Yeah, I see that.
They're over top, but there's nothing behind it. So when you play it, you got to keep very delicate your left and right, because if you take and you crank it too hard, it's going to change the pitch of the whole instrument. It's going to make it sharp or flat or whatever. And so they're a little bit hard to play, but man, they got a very unique, very cool sound to them.
What is the inspiration behind the Pitchfork to begin with? Because we've done a plunger already. Now we're up to the Pitchfork. Do you just look around and, boy, I could make an instrument out of that?
I got to be honest with you. Some of them, yes. Some of them, they have more of a reason behind it. This one here, we went through, and you look at things totally different now. My wife is hiding most of her stuff around the house in the garden.
I bet.
Which you'll see something about the hole here in a little while, too. But that is some of it. Some of it is, this one here was kind of the sound idea. Because I didn't know how this would work, being that the strings are kind of attached to the tines, and it gets some type of but when you hit this and you hold these, they vibrate. I think that helps with the tone. First time I hit it, I said, "Oh my God, this sounds amazing!" And I was probably playing it out that weekend.
Okay, what song are you going to play for us today?
What I thought I'd do is, there's a song in the video that I gave you, a song called "Dress" that's on our CD.
I like that one too.
It's it's kind of one of our only traditional kind of a bluesy tune, and this instrument plays it really well. It's kind of gritty, nasty sound. I'm going to give you a little taste of what this sounds like and play a little bit of the introduction. Goes along with a song called "Dressed" off our CD.
Very nice. All they need to do is click the next button and they can hear the song in its entirety, and they can find out more information about the Swamp Drivers where?
www.theswampdrivers.com.